ICLEI South Asia presents Simply Sustainable, where ideas are simply told. Understanding Urban Biodiversity with Dr. Monalisa Sen, Associate Director, ICLEI South Asia. What is an urban ecosystem and how does biodiversity enhance city environments?
Urban biodiversity. This is a topic or a concept which is relatively new and all of us need to get accustomed to it. Biodiversity is not restricted only to the forests and rural areas, what we traditionally thought. What exactly is an urban ecosystem? It's nothing but an ecosystem in the urban atmosphere wherein the living and non-living components together interact with each other. Urban biodiversity gives us a lot of ecosystem services and goods on which the life in a city is dependent. These include services like pollination, flood control, food security, water security, temperature control, pollution amelioration, and these are very, very essential for sustaining the life in a city.
Are there any global standards guiding how cities should protect and support biodiversity?
Globally, there has been a lot of work that has happened on standards, frameworks which govern biodiversity and connect them with cities. We had the Aichi targets earlier till 2020 and now we have the Kunming-Montreal post-2020 Global Biodiversity Framework. This framework, which was accepted at the UNCBD COP, forms a guideline or a strategy which tells cities and other governments how to stop biodiversity loss and its degradation. India has also adopted this global framework and we have changed or revised our National Biodiversity Strategy and Action Plan. We earlier used to have different targets in line with the Aichi targets. Now the India government has come up with national biodiversity targets which fall in line with the targets of the Kunming-Montreal Protocol. This is how we are encouraging our cities to come on board and bring in biodiversity into urban planning. Specifically, Target 12 of the Kunming-Montreal Protocol talks of how cities should be integrating biodiversity conservation into urban planning.
What makes it hard to include biodiversity in cities?
Incorporating biodiversity into planning in the on-ground level has several challenges. One of the main challenges, particularly in the Global South, that is faced is capacity gaps. Our engineers and our staff within the city corporations still do not have an ecological training. We lack the services or the appointment of an ecologist in each of the urban local bodies that we have. This capacity gap needs to be addressed on priority. The second thing that comes up as a challenge is finance. Innovative mechanisms for financing biodiversity action at the local level in cities is very, very essential. We just have some pilot or pioneer case studies, but then this needs to be replicated throughout the country, throughout the Global South and throughout the globe. These two challenges remain very, very significant. The last thing that comes is that several departments, organizations, agencies all work in silos. This needs to come together, form one common platform wherein the strengths of one work on the weakness of the other and all of us don't start reinventing the wheel again and again. Together we work for the cause of biodiversity conservation and addressing that through urban planning measures.
What action areas can cities take up on ground to support the biodiversity agenda?
A lot of work on urban biodiversity is happening. This includes policy level work. This includes developing plans. This includes things on ground implementation. Some of the examples of the work that ICLEI South Asia has been doing include developing urban forests in several cities across India, doing policy level work like developing local biodiversity and strategy action plans. The organization has developed for over 10 cities in India. Cities are also interested in understanding where they stand with regards to biodiversity governance. An important tool for this is the City Biodiversity Index. ICLEI South Asia has been implementing this for over 20 cities in the country. There are cities who are interested in improving their critical ecosystems which are identified in the local biodiversity strategy and action plans. This includes work on restoration of canals, building urban forests, undertaking work which increases the green cover, which increases permeable surfaces. These activities are going on across several cities in India. ICLEI South Asia and several other organizations are leading the way, and we are very thankful to the cities who are taking our suggestions and putting these implementation schemes on ground.
What message should the Global South carry to COP30?
The Global South needs to advocate for nature positive growth, nature positive development, and this is what needs to go to COP30. With nature positive development, what I mean is nature has to be in the center of all development that we plan. No longer can development be at the cause of nature, it has to be for nature. Once we have nature at the center of all planning, our climate change actions will also improve. This will improve resilience and also bring in a good amount of climate justice. Biodiversity and climate change can no longer be seen as parallel subjects. They have to integrate, and that's the message that Global South needs to take to COP30.